For 12 years, Maria believed she knew everything about the house she worked in. Every creak of the floorboards, every hidden drawer, every heavy silence that filled the rooms. She dedicated her life to the Johnson family, raising their daughter Lily as if she were her own. But one single, overheard conversation shattered her entire world. The woman she'd loved and nurtured wasn't who she thought she was. And the man she trusted, Mr. Johnson, had committed a betrayal so deep it stole the air from her lungs. But Maria didn't scream. She didn't throw accusations. She simply continued her work, her face a mask of calm. Her silence, however, was not surrender. It was the beginning of a meticulously planned war. Maria had arrived in America from El Salvador with little more than a worn-out suitcase and a solemn promise to her dying mother. She would make something of herself. She found her chance in Dallas as a live-in maid for a wealthy family. Mr. Johnson was a respected lawyer. Mrs. Johnson owned a chic boutique, and their daughter, Lily, was a bright-eyed 5-year-old. From the moment Maria walked through their door, she poured her heart into that home. She cooked their meals, polished their silver, and most importantly, she cared for Lily. She read her bedtime stories, patched up scraped knees, and celebrated every small victory. Maria missed her own family's milestones back home. She worked through sickness, and she ate her meals alone in the kitchen. They never called her family, but in every way that mattered, she was. She was the steady, loving presence in Lily's life, the constant in a world of busy parents. The turning point came on a quiet Tuesday afternoon. Maria was folding laundry in the master bedroom, the scent of fresh linen filling the air. Suddenly, she heard Mr. Johnson's voice coming through the slightly ajar bathroom door. He was on the phone, his tone low and urgent. "She doesn't know," he said. "She thinks Lily is hers. But the adoption papers were never signed. Legally, she's not even ours." The words hit Maria like a physical blow. She froze, the neatly folded towel dropping from her trembling hands. Lily, wasn't their child? 12 years? 12 years of loving this girl, believing she was just the maid, the hired help. The floor seemed to fall away beneath her feet. The entire foundation of her life, the purpose she had built around this child, was a lie. A profound, gut-wrenching sense of betrayal washed over her. But in that moment of devastation, something else sparked within her. A cold, quiet resolve. Maria didn't quit. She didn't pack her bags. She didn't confront the Johnsons with tearful accusations. Instead, her grief and anger crystallized into a silent, calculated plan. Her vengeance would not be loud. It would be methodical. She started gathering evidence. A misplaced photo album from before Lily arrived, containing pictures of a young woman who looked startlingly like the girl she was raising. A stray document left on Mr. Johnson's desk, hinting at an informal custody arrangement. She began using her phone to record snippets of conversations, fragments of the truth the Johnsons had so carefully hidden. Her days off were no longer for rest. They were for secret trips to the public library, researching legal precedents, and eventually for a clandestine meeting with a pro bono lawyer who specialized in family law. Through her quiet investigation, the full, tragic story emerged. Lily's biological mother, a distant relative of the Johnsons, had died in a car accident. The Johnsons had taken the orphaned baby in, telling everyone they had adopted her. But they never completed the legal process. They never went to court, never signed the final papers. For 12 years, they had raised a child who was not legally theirs, all while benefiting from the tireless devotion of the woman they paid to care for her. The lawyer looked at Maria, at the evidence she had so carefully compiled, and told her something that changed everything. As Lily's primary caregiver for over a decade, Maria had more rights than she could ever have imagined. She had a case. So Maria continued her work. She still cooked the meals, cleaned the house, and tucked Lily into bed at night. But she stopped smiling. The warmth in her eyes was replaced by a steely glint. Her silence was her shield and her sword. The climax of Maria's silent battle arrived not with a shout, but with the quiet rustle of an envelope. One morning, as the Johnsons sat down for breakfast, a certified letter was delivered. It was from Maria's lawyer. Inside was a formal petition. Maria was filing for legal guardianship of Lily. At first, the Johnsons laughed. They scoffed at the idea. "She's just a maid," Mr. Johnson said dismissively to his wife. "What judge would ever take her seriously?" But their laughter died in the courtroom. The judge did not laugh. He looked at the mountain of evidence Maria had gathered. The photos, the documents, the recordings. He listened to testimonies from Lily's teachers, who spoke of Maria as the only parent who ever attended school functions. He heard how Maria knew Lily's favorite foods, her fears, her dreams. Most importantly, he saw the undeniable bond between the woman and the child. The Johnsons' legal arguments crumbled under the weight of Maria's unwavering devotion. After months of hearings, the judge delivered his verdict. Maria wasn't just a maid. In the eyes of the law, and in every way that truly mattered, she was a mother. The gavel fell, and for the first time in 12 years, Maria's silence was broken by the sound of justice. Maria and Lily moved out of the grand house into a small, sunlit apartment of their own. She used her savings to start a small cleaning business, specifically hiring other immigrant women and paying them a fair, dignified wage. She built a new life from the ground up, a life of integrity and love. She never spoke a bad word about the Johnsons. She didn't need to. Her actions, her quiet strength, and her ultimate victory had said everything. This isn't just a story about a maid and a wealthy family. It's a powerful reminder that true strength isn't always loud. It's the story of every person who has been underestimated, overlooked, and dismissed. It's a testament to the quiet power that resides in those who refuse to be broken, who choose strategy over drama, and who know that sometimes the most profound statements are made in silence. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that celebrates the unsung heroes among us.